Hey everyone, welcome to episode 5 of Unsolicited Bourbon Reviews. Today we will be reviewing Texas Blended Whiskey of the Firestone Robertson Distilling Company out of Fort Worth, Texas. God bless Texas. This is definitely one of my favorites to have in rotation, especially it's local craft distillery out there in Texas. They have a pretty good distribution line. It's pretty easy to find around here. The retail price, I think it's around like 33, from like 33, 36 bucks. Definitely not breaking the bank. Let's talk about I think the bottle itself is really cool because if you notice the top right here, it's cloth. So when you actually pour it, you always kind of get the extra spillage when you pour it and it catches residual bourbon or whiskey that you spill. So some of the cooler craft distilleries, they kind of put something similar to this. So I think it's real neat. As you can see, I definitely drink this on a regular basis. Usually because it's a sweeter bourbon. I'll tell you right off the bat, it's definitely a after dinner light sipper. It's great. So this is a 82 proof blended whiskey. So got some questions from the last review. We're talking about a blend. So blend is usually most distilleries will do, either 3 to 4 different kinds of bourbon or whiskey, put it in a barrel and put it all through another distill process. So for example, one of my favorites is Wild Turkey Rare Breed. So it's a blend of a 6, 8, and 12 year bourbon distilled into one. So with this, the mash bill is undisclosed. Firestone and Robertson keep it close to the chest. But this is definitely a blend of undisclosed whiskeys. Nonetheless, it's good. So let's go ahead and jump right in. See, it catches right there. Super useful. Color, it's that really nice gold amber color. Smell, right at the nose, this is a lower proof. It's only an 82 proof. So again, you're not getting that ethanol smell when you smell this. It's really pleasant, very sweet. It almost passes a liqueur just based on how sweet it smells out the gate. Give this a whirl and let's talk about it. Definitely had that vanilla butterscotch taste. I mean, it's a complete vanilla bomb. It kind of smells like a kind of a buttercream smell to it. Again, complete vanilla bomb, very sweet, you can easily pound a bottle of this on accident. Just how sweet and smooth it goes down. The finish is pretty decent. It's pretty surprising for an 82 proof. So again, you don't have that ethanol burn right out the gate, but it does have that nice finish when you are drinking this. I think this is a great product for the price. One, it's a craft distillery. I love supporting the smaller distilleries that have the bandwidth to distribute out to where I live, but also not everyone's a whiskey or bourbon drinker. So I think especially if you have a lot of nice stuff at the house and you have guests over or people who aren't as into it, you don't want to waste the good stuff or people who don't necessarily like it or it's a little too harsh and too aggressive. So I think this is a good entry-level bourbon for those who are looking to get into it. For those who are into it, it's definitely a step off the beaten path, just based how sweet it is. This is like a dessert. This is perfect timing now that I just had dinner. So again, that vanilla, buttercream, butterscotch taste. It's just absolutely wonderful. Price point, can't argue with it. It's like under 40 bucks. I think I paid 33 bucks for it at the liquor store down the street. But let's go ahead and rate this. Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being a drain pour, 10 being the best thing I ever had. for what it is, I would say it's an easy 6.5 out of 10. Again, I personally like it. I always drink it. Again, I think there's some better offerings that are similar to this, but I think this is something you definitely have at your house and you look at, or in your bar. If you get your hands on it, especially if you live in an area that can have it. Cool company. They have a few different offerings. They have a bourbon, which I'll be reviewing at another time. But again, I can't really say anything about this. If you don't really like sweet, this may not be for you. But if you like sweet, or your palate leans towards the definitely sweet dessert side of bourbons and whiskeys, things that I lean towards, this is definitely a solid choice. But that'll do it for today. We'll talk soon. Thanks a lot.